Well, I'm pretty close to Lombard Street, and I'm standing next to Captain Eric Kowalczyk, who is a spokesperson for the Baltimore City Police Department. He was kind enough to call to determine whether or not there have been any arrests yet, and he just now got off the phone. Thank you, Captain, for joining us. Bring us up to speed. Has anybody been arrested?
So right now we've had 2 arrests within the last 10 minutes. Obviously information is still coming in. What we really want to get across to people right now is that we are here to preserve and protect the constitutional rights of people to express the frustration that we're seeing. Earlier today we had very peaceful protests across the city. We stood by, we did everything that we could to make sure that people were able to exercise their rights. We saw a very peaceful rally at City Hall. There were small pockets. We were aware that there might be small pockets of people who are trying to cause disruption. We've asked for everyone to remain peaceful. We've seen on social media that people are asking people to remain peaceful. That's what Baltimore does. For the last 40 years we've had a history of peaceful protests, and we're trying to encourage everyone to remain peaceful tonight and not let groups that might be coming in from the outside disrupt what is supposed to be a gathering of people together to express their frustration.
I know you weren't on the phone that long, but do you know the nature of the arrest? What were they doing?
I don't, and that's information that we'll look to put together. Obviously we have officers spread throughout the downtown area to make sure that we're able to continue traffic, that we're able to keep people safe in the city. That's really what we want to do tonight. So as the information comes in, we'll be able to provide that to everyone so that we can keep people updated, as we always try to do. Also on our social media sites, our Twitter site, we're putting information out in real time so that motorists and pedestrians that are in the city can follow along. They'll know where the groups of people are, they'll know what areas that they might want to consider avoiding. And again, it's just about making sure that everybody stays safe in the downtown area and in the entire city.
As much as you can, would you please describe the police strategy at the moment?
Right now our strategy is and has been since the beginning of this to make sure that people are able to come together peacefully to exercise their First Amendment rights. The police commissioner said it yesterday. We understand that there's a deep sense of frustration in certain parts of the community, and people have a right to voice that frustration. We want people to know that we're listening, that we hear it, and I think the police commissioner spoke very well about that yesterday. So our strategy from the beginning has been to make sure that people have the opportunity to come out and voice that frustration that they're feeling, and we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to allow people to protest peacefully.
We've been out here all day long, and my direct observation with Baltimore City Police is they have shown a tremendous amount of restraint. Is that something you all can train for, or is there a lesson learned that you are certainly applying in this circumstance?
You know, 2.5 years ago when the commissioner came here, he set up that this would be an organization that had a reverence for human life and was based on constitutional policing. So what you see tonight are officers that have a deep understanding of people's rights to express themselves, a deep understanding of people's right to voice the frustration that they feel, and that we're doing so with a reverence for life, and that we're going to continue to listen to the concerns that people have and address them as we're able.
But you can, human nature would dictate you can do that only for so long. What does it take for someone to cross the line?
You know, and I don't want to speculate about individual circumstances. What I can tell you is that when somebody puts somebody else in danger, that's a time where obviously we're going to take some sort of action. To speculate about other situations isn't really what I want to do. What our focus is, and I can't emphasize this enough, it's making sure that we protect people's constitutional rights to protest, to assemble, to voice their frustrations and their concerns, and that we have officers across the city, and you've seen it. They're listening to the concerns. We've engaged. There's been stories about it over the past week where officers have interacted with people expressing those concerns. We hear it, we feel it, and that's going to continue to be our focus.
Would you kind of clarify what some of the officers are wearing right now as their own protection? What is that gear?
You know, so you see all of our officers in their normal uniforms. Baltimore has a very long history of peaceful expression of concerns that they have. And so you see officers out on the street in normal uniforms, and on occasion they'll put helmets on.